Finally went. Okay, awesome. We got the YouTube stream up and running again. What's this here? I don't even see the YouTube stream now. Okay, good. Now it's showing up there now. Thank goodness. So now we can see it here. I'll drop you guys a link in chat. Yeah, it is still showing down. I was hoping that with the market going down that buyers would find interest in the precious metals, you know, because we have had a sell-off for the last, 2 days, 3 days now? From Monday, Tuesday, and now we're on Wednesday. We're in a third sell day, so it should be the last day of the sell cycle, you know, because usually they don't last more than 3 days. Like 9 times out of 10 is that when we go into a sell cycle, they'll only last 3 days. So yeah, you know, MJ, at the money silver calls are 5 cents. Just saying. If you compare them to like gold's calls, like at the money calls on gold are like $1.18, $1.16 ish, versus silver at the money is 5 cents. Actually, I'm up 18% on those. Holy moly, didn't even realize it. You guys know I killed that. What did I kill last week? I killed that silver trade. Remember, that was what, 1,500%. Oh, market looking like it wants to catch a little bit of that bitty bid. We are 8 minutes away from the top of the hour, team. So New York lunch is almost over. Again, I'm sorry about some of my technical issues. It has been a trouble riddled day for your boy Riz over here. I just been getting curveball after curveball all day long. I just want my silver cons to get like 2 points in the money, and then, you know, I'll be happy. Are those XSPs, General? What is what were they? 676? Oh man, 676 isn't even listed on this anymore from how far away it is. Oh, I only look at like 10 strikes out the money. Who there? A penny, man. I'm glad I got. How much did I even sell those for? Better than a penny, that's for sure. Like, I think I'm gonna tear up a little sandwich here. Wife brought me a little Chick-fil-A. I'm not here though. I'm not going anywhere. I think I've already had enough breaks for the day. Man, I swear. Hear that? Ah. Gold making a slow grind here. And for the overall market, what were we in earlier? Let's see, we were in QQQ 606s. 606s are down to $97. Wow. All right, team. We're about a minute away from the end of New York lunch. Yay! I don't know how we did it, but we did it. We made it through the majority of the half of the day. So we're in the second half of the day. Oh, have not been able to get to that overnight high. Seems that the market is continuing to push lower and test the overnight lows. Well, create new lows, I should say, not even overnight. We did put in a super low on ES for the day at 6,698. Those are the markets. It looks like that's a target right there for me. Gold struggling here on the 3, trying to get over the 200. Seems to be holding this 4,025 fairly well. As we discussed, it's been selling for, this will be the third day of selling. So we'll have to wait and see whether this is going to continue. Mm. Let's see. Market definitely looks like it wants to sell. That's crazy. I had that decent move earlier, and then that just collapsed on us. Well, it looks like coming out of New York lunch, we're gonna possibly move lower. Even gold. The precious metals took a hit on that one. Sorry, team. Just munching out on my sandwich here, watching the market just slowly push down. Slow grind here. So weird. Anybody get stopped out on that nasty wig down that we just got? I'm sure a few people got stopped out on that. Whew, I'm stuffed. I'm stuffed. That was good. I was hungry. Fine. And that's interesting. Silver is actually green versus gold. Not by much. think we'll make a little bull flag right there. Small, but I mean, you gotta get above 4,008. Otherwise, 4085 would be my spot. That's where I would be looking. I was got a question from a friend of mine. I got a friend of mine that asked me a question. Says, why is volume profile not measured in candlestick? According to Google, volume profile is not measured in a candlestick because it represents volume at specific price levels, not over a specific time period. Unlike a standard volume bar or volume stick, which shows volume for a time period, a volume profile creates a horizontal histogram showing how much volume occurred at each point within the time frame. Interesting. Oh, that's funny. My buddy just hit me up to say that he's shorter than short. He hasn't traded in a while. It's been a while since I've seen my buddy trading. He's a pretty good trader. He gets a little frustrated. He's actually a very good trader. I think the thing that gets him is that he goes after the same trade every day. He goes after these like crazy. He's a good trend trader, but like an intraday like scalping trader, he will get decimated. Like he'll tell me that I'm a good trader. You know, be like, wait, Riz, you're a good trader, but I'm better at an intraday. You know, I don't prefer the intraday. You know, it's a little choppy for me at times, but you know, I'm better at the intraday and stuff. I mean, I like to say I'm a trend trader. I love trading the trend. The only problem is I don't see it very often. I go for short all day. Yeah, he's up pretty good right now. He's up 1.6K. He's up 90% on his spy puts. So he's sitting at like 3.4K because he spent a lot on those contracts. Hmm. Yeah, he did feed me. Oh, he won't call me. He won't call me. No, I've taken trades with him before and stuff. But the funny thing is that, you know, like I said, he can't trade every day. He'll get he's too trigger happy. So he wants to get in the trade constantly. And that's his Achilles heel. You know, like like he won't be in a trend here, trade here, and he'll see this and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go short." I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, "This isn't even a pullback. You're getting aggressive into it," and he'll do stuff like that, and he'll be like, "Well, it's gonna go right here." He's like, "It's gonna go to the candle there." I'm like, well, I mean, visually it looks like that, but I mean, there's still things that can happen that make it not do that, you know? And that's just the way he is, you know. And he doesn't have a lot of patience. My buddy doesn't have a lot of patience. He's a great trader, but patience is not his thing. And he's out. America, America. He's a cute little bear. He's a cute little bear. I like him. Look at him. He seems nice. That's interesting. Beautiful day in the market, I see. It's been all right. Been all right. I've seen the Bears do better work. It's not their best work. It's a little lackluster to me, to be honest with you. Hey, puppy. Oh, you got those french fries already? Look like my little friend is here. She stopped in to say hello. No, you can't get that napkin. No, you may not. Tell me about it, bro. Oof. Is that AT&T that's sinking you in the hole like that? Well, I'm sure that those calls probably are just worthless already. I'm gonna wait till the end of the day because we're gonna catch a bid. This thing's gonna bounce at the end of the day, most likely. It's just a matter of when. When is this thing gonna bounce? No, I totally forgot. That 6707 target on ES was I called it earlier. Broke that. I think we're gonna get down to 66.95 on ES. That's what I see. GC not ready to go up yet. Yeah, I know. It's funny though, right? Right, MJ? Like they're not letting gold move at all. It's so weird. Like why is gold not moving? Why is the market dumping and gold is just kind of like frozen and it's just here? Like something like why? Are they sidelining it or are they are institutions sidelined while retail is doing this? Yeah. Something is gonna happen. I'm just eyeing ES, just further push. Like there's that break. We got another let's see, almost 10 points down to 6,695. That's my target. I see it. You're not in any trades yet. Don't blame you. It's gross. It's a good bounce spot, though. I'm not gonna lie. Are we gonna get into that Monday low? Ugh. And that's you and me. That's you and me right there. They want us to get into a trade so they can take our money. But they already took some of my money. So there's no more money for them to take. I've already donated. I've given my tip to the market, okay? I'm giving my tip to the market, so I'm not giving anything else up, I didn't even get a milkshake or nothing. I didn't even get a to-go cup, Even asked me if I want a to-go cup for my Coke, since I donated so much money to the market. I'm waiting for the big boys to answer. You're right. That's what I'm waiting for. I don't know. I don't know where they are. They're gonna wait till the end of the day. All I know is I want a 2,000 percenter. I want to nail a 2,000 percenter today. Probably could have gotten that with NQ or ES now. The way it's selling. They're waiting for, what is that, PT? Private Trump? Private Trump. Have you guys seen him in his crown? He's got that picture of him in a jet with a crown, and it says the king on the jet. Yes. There's some video he put, or I'm almost positive. I was reading about it. I don't look at that stuff much, but I saw the clip of it. Let's see. From on jet. Oh yeah. It was in response to his no king thing. Check it out, it's crazy. You put that on Trump Social or Truth Social, whatever. And he's got the jet where it's defecating on Americans, I guess. The cities. Man, I tell you, what a crazy time we live in. I'll say that. What a crazy time we live in. I'm just glad I'm not in politics. Or maybe I should have been in politics. Man, can you believe I'm still in that short? Oh, I'm so mad. My entry was just garbo. I should have taken it off the rejection of 754. That was my big mistake right there. You know, I should have went short right here, because I went short here. What is this? Oh, I replay. Okay. Thank you doing? Interesting. 12:30. Get over here. I'm getting food for you. You got some free French fries off Dad. Yeah, looks like we might roll up. ES doesn't look like it at all though. ES looks like it wants to continue selling. You can see the heat map now has really gotten red. Here's some news about Amazon coming out with smart delivery glasses to help their drivers, I guess, avoid obstacles and ensure that they're dropping off the packages at the right spot and everything. And you gotta hold them. Let's try this. I was talking about it. Let's hold this. Let's go for it. Hold that low. Can she do it though? All right, let's see if this works. Otherwise, I'm gonna be wrong catching a falling knife. Don't want to catch a falling knife. It's a hoot. It's a hoot. Supposedly, a bunch of people mad about it. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to be not gonna go up. Not gonna go up. Oh, come on. Ew, just got stopped out on that. Well, I'm glad I didn't go long live. I thought about it. I was looking at some QQQ calls, but don't look like it's gonna hold yet. Upside is not the move. Hey, look at gold. Look at gold. Come on, baby. Do it. Do it for Rizzy. I still want to do it. I just don't want to send it. I tell you, these guys. Oh, sometimes you gotta just love this manipulation in the market. Man, that was a nasty rejection. The Bulls just can't do it. The Bulls are just getting smoked. Love it. You're killing me. Hilarious. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I know it's not fun, man. I know you're losing money and it don't feel good. Saul Goodman just giving you the business. Yeah. Definitely not on the right side of the fence here. No, I know who Saul is from Breaking Bad. I kind of figured you were talking about Saul. Come on. All right, gold. Gold's looking like it might catch a bid here. Market's still dumping though. Jeez. Push up, push up, push up. Go, 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 go. Exactly. Ain't going nowhere right now though, MJ. You're getting smoked. Let's go, MJ. Good luck to us. I think we'll see it. I'm not long the market. I'm long silver right now. And if I were to take a position in the market, I would probably SPXS maybe, get a short on it, 3x bearish short on it. It ain't easy being right. No shot. You're right, bro. It ain't easy being right. Precious metals selling more. Silver dipping. Man. You missed the push to zero. Well, you might get it here, bro. Got 15 minutes to the top of the hour. Market is looking pretty dumpy, bro. Pretty dumpy. So, I don't know. And that's all of us, bro. Well, there's my target on ES I mentioned earlier. There's that 66.95. Tapped it. That was my downside target. I think we're all like that, bro. We all get kind of like that. That's everybody, bro. Everybody's doing that. Everybody wants to quit their work and just follow Trump's tweets. What else do you need, though, man? That's all you need. Huh. That's funny. General. Oh, look at that. Hey, what's up, Ace? I see you there. Yeah, I added the spaceman just so we could have those levels. Ponzi's or Ruggy? I don't know, man. You guys be careful. I'm hearing reports that people are saying that they're having problems with brokerages access, TOS, stuff like that. They're having problems. I don't know if that's going to translate into folks that are using some of our brokerage platforms, but something to be aware of. Nope. Yeah, I'm not hearing that from our team. I'm not hearing that from our team, but I am hearing people that are on other areas are having issues with their services. So I'm wondering if that might roll over here. No, you haven't seen my Gamba intro. My Gamba intro is actually pretty good. I got theme music and everything. It's actually pretty neat. That is just to counteract the no, 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 no. They don't want us to make millions. You're right. They don't want us to make millions. They don't want us here. Not supposed to be here. Gold looks like it wants to make that move. Looks like it might be waking up. Can our giant awaken from its slumber? I think Coach Matt would say buy gold. It's better than that. My intro is way better than that. I have like I got this cool little hip hop intro. Pretty good. Well, that is my final answer. Dun, dun, dun. Let me see. Well, you better. You better. You better get to work. Can't have old Betsy over there doing all the work for you. All right. All right. See, that's the way my intro looks. I mean, if you're her boss, that's cool. Ugh. Don't look like that. It doesn't look like Silver wants to do that. Break that 4350. Actually, I was hoping they would get it 44 or not continue selling. We'll see. We'll see. But it is selling the way the market is. Except for gold. Damn, General. All right. All right. I want somebody doing my work for me. And gold just threw the buy signal. See what silver's doing. Has silver at least done something? Well, silver never threw the sell signal, so it's just technically just hanging. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go, silver. Get me there to that 48. Get me to 48. And then get me to the 200. Let's go. I keep holding now. Looking all right. Swing shorts, huh? Sheesh. That's interesting. With the sell that we had on NQ, it triggered swing shorts on the market. You know that? With the move we've had down, now we're seeing that. Hey, what's up, Becky? All right, team, it is the top of the hour. Puts us an hour off from power hour. Still a lot of trading day left. Majority of the day has been selling. It has just been selling through the whole morning session.
Hey, it took me a minute to find the unmute button.
Oh, you're
nice to be
good.
back. Yeah, she kept falling. Goodness.
Let me lower down my stream because I got a stream on kind of loud.
Oh, sound good.
Okay, what was that? I'm sorry.
Oh no, she fell. She just kept sliding. Dang.
Yeah.
Well, that candle was wild at, what time was that? 9:30 Pacific. I think it's 12:30
Mm-hmm.
Eastern. Holy moly, that was a wild candle. She's trying to hold here.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
I'm gonna attempt a long on this again.
Yeah, it definitely filled the gap fill, and it tagged the top of the closing price on end of last week.
I think
It's
it's
a good support
time.
level. Yeah. Sizable daily candle. Still 2 hours left.
Yeah, let's see if we catch us up a little mean reversion here.
Hey.
Come on.
Looks like gold held from the morning bounce.
Yeah, I'm stacked I'm stacked up pretty big on a silver for $44 calls right now.
Nice. Yeah, they definitely bounced before the market, before NQ or ES.
Yeah, I'm like 50 cents out the money on those, so we'll see.
Nice. Not gonna lie, I got a SPY put at the end of the day yesterday and I closed it way too soon. Oopsies. She
You
just
know what?
fell out.
You know what the trick is? Here's a little
What?
trick for you. If you're looking for an end of day trade, don't
Mm-hmm.
buy SPY or QQQ.
Tell me more.
Look for XSP because
I wrote that down.
you probably know about SPX, but the problem with
Yes.
SPX is it's super expensive. I don't want to spend
Yes.
I don't want to spend $300 or $400 on that contract. Two to three
Yeah.
hundred dollars on that contract. I don't. But with the XSP, I still get that. What is it, like a 5x leverage? So it's like a mini micro. It's like a mini micro on the ES, except it's an option. So you can buy those for like 20 cents, 50 cents. And that's, you can get a few of those, versus the SPX.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want that exposure. Now, the other cool thing about XSP is it does the same thing that SPX does at the close of business, is that you get cash settlement at midnight, European style. So as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
like US indices on the options chain that they expire at the bell, those specifically are good till midnight, and that's when they settle is at midnight. So, if you want that last, like yesterday, at the
Mm-hmm.
close of day yesterday, that SPY or that XSP put was 1,300%, but it was because I let it just slide all the way into the bell, and I wanted to cash
Mm-hmm.
settle because I want to get that price locked.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. So I got a SPY put a minute or two probably around the time, maybe around the time you did. I think I got it at like 57, 3 minutes before the end of the day. And then it fell. And I was like, yes. So it was in profit when the day closed, but I didn't get 0 DTE yesterday. I got to hold it overnight because I felt like if we had a push down, we could do a retracement today. I wasn't expecting
Mm.
this hard fall though. So like I woke up and it was in profit and it down a little bit and then it started sinking deeper into profit. But I should have held it longer. But I love the sound of that. That XSP, I didn't know about that. And it being half leverage and be able to get more of them for cheaper at the end. That's a cool. Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
into
no
it.
worries. Yeah, you could trade them in the intraday, but the point spread on them is kind of wide, so it takes a bigger move for them to gain any value. So they're not like as volatile as the others are. So, it makes it difficult in the intraday to make money. You need the move to happen. Otherwise, on that ticker, you only have, you're like 2 points. You're 2 points up, 2 points down. And that's it. It doesn't move much more than that.
Hmm.
So you got to be real careful with what you pay for them, time of day, and all that stuff because you can just get badly positioned and it won't work out.
Right. So get it right before the move at the end.
Yeah, that's usually what I like.
Yeah. A sick move. Shorting America. Hey, day trader here. I am friends with the Bears and the Bulls. Not gonna lie. I know you guys have to shake me out of it when I'm seeing Bears. But today it was good.
Are you sure about that, General? Because I've gotten forced liquidated out of positions even when I was in the money.
Hmm.
The only ones that don't do that to me are the XSP and SPXs.
And you manually close them or you just let them expire and show you your profit?
I let them expire and get cash
Lock
settled.
in it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Cool.
Because it's so wicky and the slippage will get you at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So for me, it's like I rather just let it cash settle and let them balance out the price and give me what the final total is. Because it can make a big difference on where they settle. Because if you settle further into the strike, you're gonna capitalize, you're gonna make more, you're gonna be closer to that, what dollar and a quarter, I think it is, or you'll end up at around a dollar and a quarter on those. So yeah, if you wait till that point.
Yeah, it makes total sense with yesterday as an example because as the bell was going off, it was still sinking.
Hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I do that. So if that wick locks, like say for instance, like my contract is at 50 cents or 50 cents, and that wick right there, just at that second, gets it down to like 0.72. So the contracts are 72 cents, it'll lock it right there. That's why I do it like that. It's just it's just so fast. So now it's like I just let it cash settle.
Yeah, perfect.
But then again, it's really hard to complain when I'm paying 2 cents for those contracts and I'm trying to sell them for 50 and 70 cents. It's one of those that,
Right.
yeah, I mean, the amount of profit I've made, taking $2 and turning it into, 40 to $70, it's just like you already made a ton of money, especially if you're holding, 2 dozen of them.
Right. You just say thank you.
Hmm.
Mhm. Seeing Nacho on here kind of throws me off because I have a friend, Nacho, and he's learning to trade for the last year, and I'm trying to get him to do more futures, and he's been doing stocks and options. So I'm trying to get him into my world a little bit more, and so it's kind of funny to see a Nacho on here trading because I'm like, I know a Nacho trader in my life, like in my town. Maybe one day I'll get him in here, and then you guys can both be on.
Yeah, tell me about it. I get like that too. I got friends that from gambling site that they hear me trading, and sometimes they'll see my posts and stuff, and they're like, dude, what are you doing over there? And I'm like, oh, this, that. One of my friends pledged. He had like a crazy win like a week or so ago. He ended up pulling like 46,000 on a slot win. So he ended up cashing out, put like 5,000 in his Robinhood account, and he's just been in there just randomly buying stuff. And he'll send me like a message. He's like, hey, what did he send me? He sent me some energy stock that I'd never even heard of.
Hmm. He's playing.
Yeah, yeah. He was in Beyond. He played Beyond like a day or so ago. And yeah, he was like freaking out about it. He's in some BURU play right now. He's up like 31%. He's just buying random stuff though. Just then I told him, I was like, dude, you're gonna get gigged with PDT rules. And he's like, I don't care. I'm like, you're crazy.
They mean business, man.
Right? Congrats,
Yeah,
MJ.
we gotta watch that.
Nice.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, right, Becky? When I was messaging you.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. Like, tell me more. What do you
Okay,
mean?
so like you can
Yeah.
send messages to people, but I don't understand why people always want to friend you first. Like I never
Yeah.
like people that I don't know, I normally don't friend them. I will if I'm gonna DM them, I'll just DM them, and then if they tell me, oh, or if I get the message, I can DM them. Then it's like, okay, send me the DM because you can accept it. But yeah, I just don't understand why people always want to be
Yeah.
friends first. Like just send me a message. What's up?
Yeah. Yeah, especially like just a cold call friend and then nothing follow up. It's like what how do we know each other? Like how can I help you? Like what's up? Like you're a fellow mom trader or, whatever. Like I'm really open for like meeting people in this world, obviously, but tell me more.
Maybe it's just me being old. Okay, it's just me being old, and I'm not gonna say it because I know
I'm not
General's gonna pop in and say, "Yo, you old."
I don't want to admit that it might be me being old too, but it's tricky with the podcast too, because it's like when you put yourself out there in a public forum as a potential resource on these topics, you also want to engage, like that's part of the podcast and here with Blue Sky too. But to a point, like I don't know, just like a cold friend request with nothing behind it seems a little weird.
Yeah, I guess it's like I said, it's me being older because I don't refer to everyone as my friend. There's some people I just know, they're acquaintances. There's a different meaning between a traditional sense of what a friend is versus someone you just know and speak to, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what kind of like catches me on this, because I'm like, why do you want to have me as a friend? I mean, I'm not saying I want to be your friend, but
TBD. Let's see. I think it's fair to have some modicum of like, see what's what.
yeah, but most of the traders, I'll accept a message, especially if I haven't chatted with them. I'll be like, hey, what's up? Especially now that I'm engaged with, two big communities, that I have people ask me various questions all the time,
Yeah.
And I have a lot of traders now from Blue Sky that, they'll reach out to me in the evening sessions. They'll ask me questions. They'll be like, hey, Riz, you have the chart. You check gold out. I get DMs like all hours of the day and night. So,
Yeah.
but I don't mind those, I don't mind those. And like sometimes I'll get the, hey, do you want to try my trade signals? I can make you a profitable trader. I'm like, you should come to my live stream. I do that for free.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some interesting propositions sometimes with that whole world. But in general, I mean, like we talked earlier, like some of my very best friends are people that were strangers, and then we ended up in the same community and like, similar type energy with trading. And so then you start chatting more. And so it's good to like broaden who we know in this world, I think. And then you'll figure out who your real friends are, just the more you like naturally have conversations. Interesting world.
Definitely. But then again, when we're in VCs and stuff among, our trading friends, obviously like you and me here just chatting and talking, topics veer off of trading, and you start getting to know each other and stuff. Right? That's where the relationship really develops. Like you said, just sending a cold friend request, it's like, come on, man, take me out to lunch.
Listen, coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee. Yeah.
Well, are you getting bombarded with friend requests?
Not bombarded, just they're trickling in, and I'm like, okay, so let's just. It's a new community. You guys are a newer community for me, and so I'm definitely interested to like build relationships here and like get to know people, because it seems like there's even just like today is a prime example of people that are like show up every day, and so those are people that I'll probably would like to get to know better just because you're in the same room, But then there's like if it's a name that's not on here, then I'm like, like that makes me think of like where did we see each other, because if you're not in the live streams, but then I think people could maybe see that it's going on and be hesitant to join. So I don't know, it's just a new community starts filling out, so we'll see, but they're just trickling in at this point.
Definitely.
But you're on different things too, so like with the podcast, like I'll get comments on different socials from Market Mamas or on the YouTubes themselves and stuff, so it's once you start putting yourself out there in different areas, you just have to start fielding more of that, which is always something to think about. Most people's intentions, I think, are wonderful. We're in the same world. I totally believe in having a supportive community that you can talk to openly, but you never know. 3 years ago, I would think 3 years ago, winter, I had a really, really hard period in my trading where I would have like these excellent trades and then I would go on a losing streak, and it was like really emotional. It was before I had consistent payouts. And I had friends that were in Seattle and I'm in the Portland area. And so it was only a 3-hour drive. So the first time I drove up there after like a terrible week, I just was like, told my husband, I was like, I just need to like talk to other traders and sit down, It was amazing. That was the first time I got together with traders that I had met online, and it was people I had known for a couple of years online, and it was like so helpful to like sit with other traders, and that was like my first interaction. But like, 3 hour drive is not a big deal to like sit with for a day and like really talk it out. And it was like one of the really kind of a pivotal time for me that winter. I really started turning my direction around and got my shit together a little more.
Definitely.
Anyways, so that stemmed from people I just met online.
Well, I think, some traders get hung up, with having a single account, Like me for a while, that was my thing. Is I would just sit like working on one account, one account, one account, one account. And then I started to realize that me doing that, I was testing the stress levels on everything. My patience, my my counts, everything. It just felt like all my eggs were in one basket, which they were. They literally were, because having one account will do that to you. And I think that after you've kind of been doing this for a minute, having multiple accounts, even if you're grinding trying to pass, you can kind of set your risk level and then slowly start to build account balances, not necessarily focusing on passing, but focusing on the building of that cash port. And the process of that, you will pass, but then you'll also be passing with a couple of more accounts under your belt. I found that to help me out. you know tipped and Tipped and I usually talk about a lot about risk management. We're probably, out of the people I remember, he and I were the ones that woke up and we were like morning, day, and night, always like doing futures and stuff. He does a lot of sim trading even after hours, not as much as me anymore. But we would sit there and we would just kind of just look at what we were doing and just analyzing, and that's what it takes.
Yeah. Like just showing up and putting it all in like nonstop, like absorbing information and learning and trying new stuff. And yeah, I agree. I don't know if anyone here ever traded Apex, but I got screwed by them so badly last year when they were started doing all of their more of their like manipulation. And that's when I learned what you're saying right now about diversifying and spreading out the way that you trade and the accounts, and don't have all your eggs in one basket, because I had multiple PAs when they started putting all these extra bullshit rules on, and I just it was quite a period for me. So
Yeah,
now I trade
they
with multiple different options. Like, fuck.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That happened to me with them 2.5, 3 years, 2 years ago. Yeah, something like that.
Summer of last year for me. I saw like I guess 15 months ago now. Mm.
Yes, RQ, I did mention them once. But that was a mistake. I was talking about Project X. I was talking about Project X, and I was so accustomed to saying their X platform. Yeah, no, luckily Steve wasn't here. Nobody pinged me about it. And now you got to bring up old stuff. Thank you.
Oh no. Tell
Man, do I
him
got to
I'm
put you
stepping
in?
on my own toes. Wait, I need one of you to tell me the real truth if I was saying shit that I'm not saying, things I'm not supposed to say. I'm gonna get in trouble. This is week one, you guys. Oh,
Hey, everybody slums once in a while, and I slummed myself. I mean, you know
we
what?
try
There's
things till we
nothing,
get burned.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head, because you know what? There's nothing like having 8 accounts with, probably a combined total of like $20,000 of cash, and not being able to
Yeah.
pull out a cent because someone reviewed
Yeah.
your trades and, they didn't jive with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I sent so many emails, they wouldn't respond to anything.
Uh,
Ugh. Yeah.
it's
It was a
crazy.
minute for me. Man.
I, I learned my lesson. I definitely, yeah.
Same. Hmm. I had to record my trades to prove that I was a human. Like, I've been trading with you, special friends, for almost 2 years now. You want me to record myself? Okay. Cute. So I
Yeah.
did, and I won the trades, and then they had to pay me, and then they just kept coming after me. It was special. Anyway, now I diversify.
Yeah, I really started to like how some of the platforms went over to direct to funded. You know, even us, we've got our great sale going on our direct to funded. It's 20% off, but I do like that. You know, not having to go through the
Yeah.
two-step process. Although, you know, I mean, if you're a new trader, it may not be something you're looking at, but if you're experienced and you want to start making money,
Yeah. My thing is just like set your rules and make them clear, and then don't change them. Like if I started trading with you with XYZ of the rules, like that should be honored, in my opinion. And if you change them, it should be better for the traders, or else don't compromise that after we're already engaged in a financial interaction, you know?
hmm
Ace is gonna protect me and blame you for my open mouth. Oh, Oy. See, the market mamas, I am the sole owner, creator, content organizer. I got no boss. Now I got a boss. I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna have to adjust myself a little bit.
it's like I told you, you know, that's why like sometimes I would get kind of worried because you know, I don't always get feedback. So like, you know, when someone like yourself or some of our other listeners there give me feedback, it's really important because it lets me know that, you know, things are going well. If the listeners and the audience is enjoying it and they're taking something from it, then it's working, you know. Obviously, the staff is not telling me anything, so I kind of lean on my dad's kind of funny comment, which would be no news is good news.
Right?
My ears give you feedback and child support money, coach. Oh, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that on me. I, I, I'm paying. My babies are here with me. I'm sticking it out, man. It's a rough life, you know. Kids go to college. I'm running away. I told my wife, my kids go to college. I'm running away, and I pack my bag and I'm gonna run.
You got them to the age?
I got them there, and then you know what? They're not even going to be here to eat my food. So what point would there be in me leaving?
Right. Put it in perspective.
Yeah, yeah. There's no point in leaving at that point. They've already left. They've eaten all they could, and now they just left me. It
My
happened to me
youngest is
yesterday.
3, and
Uh-huh, three. Oh my
I got
goodness.
I got a lot of years till that time. So
Terrible threes. Oh my goodness. That
busy,
it's such a
busy body.
fun it's such a fun time with them at three, you know, because they're in that
Yeah.
little like they're in that phase between being like a baby and a toddler, you know, and they're like kind of like,
Yeah.
well, you know, I want you to do for me, but I want to do whatever I want, don't tell me anything, you know. They're like in there, you know.
Yes.
It's funny, you know, it's super funny.
Yeah,
I
that's exactly it. It's the in between stage of like super independent versus 100% a baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, there's no reasoning with them because they have no idea.
Oh God. Yeah. That's
But
and
you
if they're
know,
tired or hungry, like they're just
mhm.
not having it. Hmm.
But I'll tell you what, having a third child for my teenage sons has been the best form of birth control for them that I could buy. I'm like, you know, like my oldest, you know, we've had our talks and stuff. You know, I'm like, hey, look,
Hmm.
do you want to be 18 and dealing with a baby the way me and your mom deal with your sister? And my son's like, ew, way.
Hard pass.
He's like, that's a hard pass. I was like, just remember
Yeah.
that. That's what you get with the baby, and it's not bad. And you know, we love her. He's like, yeah, I know that.
Hmm.
I was like, but do you want to do that? Do you want to live your life, or do you want to be cleaning some baby and taking care of it? So it's fun.
Yeah. It's an excellent birth control. It's
Yep. I'm
yeah.
like, look at your sister. Look at the pain in the butt your sister is. Do you want that?
Yeah, it's
And
a
she
good
loves
reason
me.
to advocate.
And she's a daddy's girl too. I love her to death, but man, sometimes I'm just like, I'm tired, sweetheart. Dad's done. Dad's done. Especially on
Standard.
the weekends. She'll walk into my office. My wife will go to bed early, and my daughter will come in here and she'll hang on one of my office chairs and she'll sit in here playing video games. But I know that's the ploy that she wants me to take her to get an icy or something. She's like, we gonna go get a treat, Dad? And I'm like, it's 11. All right, let's go get an icy. Let's go get an icy. I have a terrible sweet tooth, so
She knows then if she says it at the right time, she catches you and you're like, yeah, I could do an icy. Kids are smart.
yep. Oh, General, that's it, man. That's it. No more babies. Me and the wife, we are not cranking out no more babies.
Mm-mm.
Did my part.
No,
I got
no.
my three. Psh.
How old is your daughter? Did you?
So he's 8.
Okay.
So I got an 8.
Sweet.
I got a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Okay. Nice. Your last little one. 8 is a great age. They're smart and but still kids, and it's a fun age.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the bulls are holding, speaking of the market, like this last hour, it hasn't gone lower.
Yeah, this is true. We're holding. Will we get the push though?
I know. See, it's like back up, like the rhythm is like a slow slide down. And so now it did get a rebound, but it's kind of back up to where it could reject again. So
Yeah, we just don't have the
interesting point.
volume. Don't have the
Hmm.
volume. Don't have the momentum.
Right. A little less than an hour and a half left. You could just mess around down here for the last chunk of time too.
I mean, they can cook zero DTEs the rest of the day and then move us, closer to the imbalances.
Hmm. Right. General, that was us too. Snip, snip. I'm like, I already started trading when we had our last baby, and like that was expensive trading while pregnant. Let me just say, if pregnant women are crazy, pregnant women while trading was a special experience. But I definitely am done. Definitely am done. So we finalized that for our family too. Time for next phase. But they're great. I kind of wonder if these bulls want to get back up to the support that we broke through closer to VWAP for the end of the day, like that mean reversion.
Yeah, the funny thing is that the Bulls have not really made much of a stand. I mean, we only had maybe
Mm-mm.
one, two, three. We've only had 3 attempts to try to take the market back, and they weren't
Mm-hmm.
even really strong attempts.
No, this one right now seems like the only one that the slightly bigger one, but not by much. You mean yet, but they haven't made it yet.
Yeah, it's gonna at least get above. ES has to get above 721 at least. That'll put you above a 4-hour support and the weekly open.
Hmm.
And Key still is though, doing better.
Yeah,
I'm still in this. I haven't gotten stopped out. I think I'm gonna put my stop in the money, and I'm gonna get stopped out right when I move it. Jeez,
that's the way sometimes, man.
it is.
Oh,
It is.
Go, go.
Like gold is starting to move as well. Let's go. Come on, gold. What's silver doing? Mm. Due to third-party service disruptions, what? Some options quotes data may be delayed or reflecting inaccurately. Our team is aware. Ah, now I'm getting Weeble errors.
Oh.
Stop that on the NQ1.
Hmm.
Oof. Same for silver. Gold get a
Yeah, I
rejection
should.
too? Ah,
Hmm?
not as much.
Yeah, gold's been stronger today.
Yes, I just want ES to stay here a little bit longer. I'd like it to stay here maybe another like 25 minutes. Yeah. That way our calls will get a little bit less expensive. That is right, Ace. Tesla earnings after the bell. Tesla had a nasty sell. Has it bounced yet? It looked like it was bouncing earlier. I was looking at TSL calls. Yeah, it's still at the bottom. It's kind of interesting though. They didn't hold it at the top, that they dumped it at the open. See what TTL calls are. See, Becky's got me all thinking about it now.
Oops. Oops. I'd ask. Sometimes
H.
there's tells, but it's tricky.
I mean, a $21 TSLL call is about 82 cents. That's a 2x. That's a 2x ETF. So if it reclaims that high, I mean, you'll be 3 points in. You'll be at the money then. Could almost double
At
your
the
money if it
money.
gets there. Yeah.
Mhm.
It might be the play. Yeah, I've been looking at the 668 calls are 96 cents right now. I just don't know what I want to do though. I'm kind of like torn if I want to take a long trade on this and try to catch the bounce, or if I should just wait until like the last 10 of the bell and see if I can catch another end of day trade.
Yes, a lot of options. A lot of ways we can do it.
Yep.
Now you got me wanting to do more of these end of day trades.
It's the way. Yeah, let's say ES is lagging behind the NQ today.
Yeah, a little bit. This is the best slowing of the bearish momentum we've seen. Still over an hour left, so we see.
Yeah, that's right. 15 less than 15 minutes away from power hour, Becky. You are correct.
Hey. They're hesitating here though.
Yeah, they are.
Like you talking about me? We're gonna stop moving.
So let me ask you this, Becky. What do you do through the intraday while you're waiting for your entries?
So I trade market open. So I get my trade plan in the morning, and then I um, get everything kind of situated, what I would like to see, what levels I'm watching for, and alert set before it starts moving. And then in the first 35 minutes, I'm just in my office watching. And if I can get a good trade off, then I back off a little bit from the markets. And sometimes that's just the end of my trading day. But if I
Mm.
don't get a good trade or it didn't have the reaction, or I want to see something more, I want another trade for whatever reason, then it's few minutes after 7 a.m. for me, half an hour in the market open, have to manage kids. And so just literally the nature of my life. So I have to go and get one kid to school, and then I come back and I have like 15 minutes where I can be in my office and I have to get the other kid to school. And then I have some more time. So honestly, it's so easy to like not stare at the charts all day because I have to parent and get everyone situated and make sure everyone has what they need for school. So the morning is, I love, that's why I think I love it, is my husband covers me for the first
Hmm.
35 minutes or so of market open. So that's why I like really dialed in my skill at market
Mm.
open,
Gotcha.
because it's like, yeah, it's like protected time. And after that, it's all, it can go all kinds of ways. So it depends, but I try and work out every day that I'm home. And then I work at the hospital one day a week still.
Mm.
So yeah, so that's why I'm like a morning trader. I think because my life is just goes in so many different directions in a given day.
Mm.
Like on Fridays is my hospital day now. And so I just, if I don't get a good trade in the morning, that's it. The day is done for me and I go to that. So yeah, I do. I set my alerts and then I'll try, if I'm home, I'll work out. Now I'm gonna hang out with you guys more. But I just keep busy, like grocery shopping and chores around the house. And if I this is a random entertaining thought. People make fun of me for this in my other community, but if I've had like a really hard losing day, I will go into this like manic cleaning mode. I don't know what to do. It just happens naturally. But I'm like, if I couldn't trade and I locked myself out or I got locked out based on my losses, I will like OCD my house of like all the floors and like I'll deep clean a closet or some kind of thing to like pull myself out of the funk of it.
Hmm.
So yeah, just sort of juggling all the things. But I do like to set alerts and just to go accomplish something. And then when it's pulled back, I'm usually sharper because my brain wasn't watching every candlestick move. And so then I can come back and like, at least a handful of 15-minute candles generally have printed. And so then it gives me a better view, I guess, of the momentum and the direction and if context has
Hmm.
changed. Yeah. But I like that. I like getting a morning trade and then having that like full busy life. Like I'll do interviews with guests for the podcast during the daytime when the kids are at school. And so sometimes I'll
Mm.
have to just pivot and like do hair and makeup and set up and do an interview and midday. And so during that time I have to shut it down because it's like it's so distracting having the market open on one of my
Oh
screens
yeah.
when I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't do that because there's zero chances I would focus on the conversation.
Yeah, I've noticed that when I stream for other channels, I can't have charts up. Otherwise, I'll start looking at the charts and I'll want to take a trade.
Yeah. That's it. If I am at my charts all day, like I'll want to take a trade. And so approaching this coaching opportunity here at Blue Sky, I've had some conversations with myself about making sure I'm making smart choices with it. And so I have my accounts like with a little extra lock protection on them on like how many trades I want to execute in a day because like I am a straight up human who, has had to work through not doing habits that I know are dangerous. And so I don't want to overtrade and I don't want to over leverage. And sitting at the charts as we are today, I think as I get more comfortable talking in this setting, I might get more comfortable executing as well, which I think will be fine. If I'm taking good trades, like let's make some money. But I just want to like ease into it. But in general,
Definitely.
I don't watch the charts like this.
Huh, interesting.
Mm, mm.
No, that makes sense though. Like you said, you have your time of day. You do your market prep, you do your analysis, and you've already got your general basis. And like you said, if your trades don't happen in the morning, you got other stuff to do. Yeah. You got the rest of the day to, do IRL stuff.
Exactly. And for me, if I can, with like my sane brain before New York Open, if I can make a really good general trade plan for the day and what I think might happen, and
Mhm.
I see that setup play out and I capitalize on it, and I feel good. And if I trade it on all my different accounts in some variety or another, then it's like I made my daily income. Like the accounts are safe and content, and that will build up over time. And I've settled into, I don't need to keep pushing it because sometimes I'll have a good win in the morning and then I'll end up giving it back. But if I have a good win in the morning and then I just shut it down and go about the day and then I do rinse and repeat, then at the end of the period, then I can take money out of those accounts. And I really enjoy getting paid.
Yeah, it's the
So
best thing. You know,
yeah,
if you can get
it's
paid
the
at the
best
end of the
thing.
day, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like today, my plan was if we broke structure down with the first 5 minute candle on ES, then that would be an intent to sell. And so then if we break structure down and we can get a retracement, then I want in with the direction of the first momentum. And so that's what I did today. Basically, I watched the first candle break a key structure on the low, and then I waited for the retracement and I built a short position in the second two 5 minute candles, and then I sunk them, and it took 50 minutes for my trade to happen because I wanted to take out the low of yesterday was my target. And it hesitated so long, I cannot even tell you. Like I almost scratched a trade for zero or a small loss so many times because it was dancing. And so I ended, like I told you I have to take my kid to school at 7:05, and so I just
Mhm.
had my stop in place and I let the trade ride, and I was out of my house for 10 minutes, and it's like, so I had to hold through that, which is I'm a little uncomfortable with that, but it finally hit. And so in that situation, I had all of my accounts loaded in a short position for that trade. And
Mhm.
then when it was done, I was like, okay, I've got some live streams today. So that's my jam. If I can set up what my best trade would look like and then be patient, let it set up, wait for my confirmations, get in, honor my intentions, then I'm good. We'll see. We'll see how it develops. That's where I'm at right now.
No, I like it. I like it. I've heard you mention about getting locked out and stuff like that on your account. So sounds like you
Yeah.
adhere to strict rules to, kind of keep you in line.
So, so yes, that, and I'm pretty good with it. I honor it most of the time. There is one account that I trade that doesn't have those safeguards. And so sometimes I'm a little bit more liberal over there. So I do leave myself little areas where I can trade more if I see more setups. But I have found more often than not, if I trade many times throughout the day, it doesn't get better. Like I don't tend to make more money in that days. It's not because I'm seeing the market amazing. It's more because I have extra energy, and that can not be great. So
I feel you.
yeah.
Hey, Judge, no, there ain't nobody shaming you, bro. Because you know what? There's
Mm.
only one person that can hold you accountable. I can't hold you accountable because I'm no one. Only you can. And if you're saying that, then it already sounds like you are. And you know what? Tomorrow's another day. The best advice I can give is that do not let a single day erase, more than one day's worth of work. If you start realizing, you start doing that, like, where you're at there, you've actually lost 4 days worth of work right there, pushing, trying to make up your losses, and I know you want to fix it because I would want to fix it, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's better just to reset. Exactly. See, that right there, the time. See, the problem. See, some of us are like that. Some of us can afford the evals, right? Some of us can. But the problem is, do you have another 3 or 4 days to go through and start it all over and start off from your base balance up? That's those are the those are the type of obstacles you need to think about in your trading. Because just like you're sitting there wondering what you can do to make up for your losses, you also have to think of the turnaround to that. That if you make a misstep, how much worse of a hole can you put yourself into? And that's exactly the framework that I put it into for myself. Is that as if I get into that rut that I'm like today, I'm a little red on my account, on my cash account, but I've got money in there, and right now, it is the most important thing for me now to be patient, find a good trade, and not just throw the remaining balance I have into a trade and risk blowing the account. But good luck, brother. I know you acknowledging it and you stating it means that you know exactly what it is. You can quantify it. So, there's a lot of people that they can't even do that. There's an excuse or there's someone to blame. So, just keep at it, brother. Don't give up. I know it's hard. And welcome to Power Hour, team.
I feel like that's that Jim Rohn quote. I don't know if everyone's heard it, but it's the pain of discipline weighs ounces and the pain of regret weighs tons. And so that's why I have grown into the fact that the loss limits are protective of me. Because I'm not going to lie, it freaking sucks to get locked out. To like have your first trade just barely tick your daily loss limit and shut down your accounts for the day, and you can't fix it. And sometimes that's like the tip of a wick of the retracement, and the trade works out. And I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel some kind of way because it's frustrating. I want to trade, I want to fix it. I still have a good read of the market and it just gets me. Or I did take a wrong trade and I want to fix it right away. Both of those, like it's painful, but there is the thing of if you're locked out and it's say a $400 or $500 loss, sure, maybe you could have fixed it, but maybe you could have like really tanked it. And so then that is protective over the long run if you generally can win, but some days you can't. And so that's how I've sort of grown into having those loss limits too, because it's painful to be locked out. Like it's a frustrating moment. But it does make it so you're not having to make up a whole week's worth of losses potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day.
And the last thing you want to do is something that I did not too long ago was that I was 200, 100 or $200 away from passing an account and I blew it.
Done that.
That
100%
right
I've
there.
done that. Mm-hmm.
There's nothing
Because
that will
what
make you
happens-
feel worse.
Yeah. The first trade loses. You're like $300, $200 away from passing it. And the first trade loses. And all of a sudden you're $400 away from losing it. That's when automatically the emotions start playing in there. And you're like, wait, I was there. I was just there. Like, come back.
Mm-hmm.
Slippery slope. Yeah.
Yeah, by the time you realize it, sometimes it'll be too late.
Yeah. The damage can accrue quickly, especially if you don't catch that the tilt is starting. We've been there. Be really interested to see what tomorrow does with this big sell candle today and Tesla earnings and market close. I find the market so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See what she's gonna do.
What up, Coach Matt?
Ace. Ace smoking me the minute I show up. I see what's up, Ace.
It's like, welcome. In the hot seat.
I think Ace called me lazy. How's everybody doing today? What's up, Becky? What's up, Riz?
What's up,
Hello.
Coach? No, see, Ace has it wrong. He has it wrong because he said he should be saying, look, gold is ripping and Coach Matt just showed up. It must be a
Mhm,
sign.
mhm,
See,
mhm,
see, the man
mhm.
walks in, shows up,
This
and
is
look,
accurate.
gold is ripping.
I show up, gold is completing a W reversal, breaking back up above 4,100. That's the story, Ace. I show up, gold confirms a trade. That's the story, brother. I was just waiting for gold to get above 4,100. That's all I was doing.
It's a beautiful day.
Ace, I want to argue that with you. I want you and I to have a conversation and just simply talk about who's more bullish on gold. Although I think we're both talking the same game here.
Same team.
Yep. That's what I've said to the Bitcoin people for many, many years, Becky. Every time they're like, we're better than gold. I'm like, you're not, but we're also on the same team.
Yeah. It's another market. Settle
We all
down.
hate the dollar. Like,
That's funny. Ugh.
if Kramer comes out and says buy gold, I'm writing a cover call.
Get out.
You know, it's actually like with Kramer, it's he doesn't have the best track record, but some of it is unfortunately because there's a bunch of hedge funds that like to short very aggressively any call he ever has. Well, that's just that's just rude. Gold is soft. Only next to Mercury.
Now they're just talking at you because you just joined. Poking a bear.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, brother. Listen, Jaja, you own gold and you wear diamonds. Come on.
No, what Ace needs to do is he needs to buy himself one of those fusion reactors that the waste from the fusion reactor is gold.
Is that real?
Absolutely. The fusion reactor that we're firing up north here in the next like 12 months, that thing is supposed to put out, I think, 2 tons of gold every quarter or something like that. So I think they think the project will be, they think that the waste gold should pay for it in like 3 or 4 years.
Like pay for the energy cost?
Mm-hmm. The cost of producing the facility.
That's amazing.
It is, isn't it?
Maybe we won't need the asteroid RQ.
Alibaba making machine making diamonds. You want those lab grown diamonds?
Well, Netflix failed to get people excited.
Cost and volatility.
Yeah, they had a big miss on EPS.
Mm.
Can't miss on the headline number. You get the sell treatment.
Right.
Wasn't a bad report. Like it was a bad miss on EPS, but they actually guided.
Dang. That was
10,
668.
16, 25. Dude, we can get 40. I like your targets though. But we can get 40. Let's go. Top shelf. RQ, are you still shorting gold? Or have you flipped the switch? You flipped the switch, right? Oh, so you're flat now? Are you thinking about bull here? I'm thinking about bull here. I made too much money. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Well, I'm getting in above 4105. Tight stop. I'm going to ride the, put it in at 96. And we're going to see if we can walk some stairs here.
Yeah, gold is ripping too. Market bouncing quite nice.
Market's bouncing good here. I was just going to ask before this rip, Briz, what would you need to see to look, to like feel confident on the bull side here? Like it's a good reversal playing out so far.
Excuse me. Yeah, you know, I've actually been waiting for the bounce most of the day. You know, I saw the selling kind of happening, but the thing about the sell is, you know, more of the same that we've had the past few weeks. You know, looks like more profit taking, not so much the market taking a change of trend yet.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too.
I did get an interesting message on Bitcoin about it having a trend change. So
are they talking about on a 1 minute time frame? Because that daily chart is not a trend out.
One of my swing trade algos sent me that earlier. So
Speaking as a swing trader, like I am a dedicated swing trader. I would not swing trade gold with RQ's money.
No,
I wouldn't. It's got no, in my estimation, you don't have an edge yet. That's just my read. Like I don't like the technical setup of Bitcoin. Now I am talking on the daily chart, brother. I'm not talking on like intraday time. Like you can structure obviously lots of things there. I'm talking the daily time frame. Like for me to have a swing trade, I have to have a daily time frame that I feel comfortable with because the daily time frame is my core time that I use almost every aspect of swing trading. Then I'll go into like the hourly chart to execute entry and stop loss, but targeting, pattern, trend, I do it all on the daily chart. And right now, unless they're talking about a swing trade to the downside, I don't know. Are they? Are they talking about a swing trade to the downside? Are they talking about short or long here?
Long.
Well, you're fighting a lot of resistance.
Right.
Now you hold here, Riz. Like you hold the 200, work back up to that 90 MA, give us a nice little pattern there. I could see it, but personally, I would need more time as a trader in development.
we'll see. We'll see what the market shows us.
Well, that and the ES, what are we down? 43 right now? 44? ES trying to recover pretty good here. I was getting a little nervous earlier today about additional selling, but
Yeah, brought us right down to the monthly open.
they had to recycle a tariff headline a couple hours ago. You hit 100 points last night, RQ? Was that the gold trade? You hit 100 point, man.
Wow.
That is well done, brother.
Seriously, congrats. That's beautiful.
I only got
Gold pays.
97 points to go, RQ, on this trade to match you.
Practically there.
Yeah. Feeling good about it, Becky.
I need to get more into gold. Ugh. Here.
Yeah, interesting. Gold still just pushing. Like silver might be waking up.
Oh, silver. Yeah, it's kind of following suit there with gold right now.
Yep. I needed to move a quarter. That's all I need. I need SLV to get to 44, and I'll be really happy.
You needed to get to 44, like 44.25, or just you just need above 44.
I just need SLV to get to 44. That puts my calls in the money.
It's
So.
trying. The floor kind of feels like it's put in here today. On both gold and silver. All it's got to do is work up to the high of today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not even like it has that far.
Much, bro.
No. But will they give it to us is the question.
Well, if I get what I want, you're going to get what you want.
Can only hope, my
Give
friend.
me gold at 40. That's top shelf, by the way, on this trade.
And is that because it's the low of the resistance from last night? 40?
I see a shelf, a little pivot, and it was kind of, well, the high point of last night is kind of like at the 475 level.
Uh-huh.
But there's a little bit of a shelf right at the 40 level. And then as you see it break down, as it was coming into the London Open, it broke down that level, and that's where the bearish downtrend happened. And it just so happened to be my 23% level on the Fibonacci retracement on the long term as well.
Nice.
So it's a combo level, but it's the most important part of that is the floor, the resistance level, right?
A target for this push up to take that back.
Now, if it breaks that, maybe we can get 71, 72. But to get that, you most likely have to carry to the overnight session.
Right, we're running low on
If you want to pump, we're not going to say no.
Please carry on.
Yeah, like, go. Now, my philosophy on gold right now, long term, is we get to 3,900. I'm going to start adding to long term. But the one I'm actually very, very kind of really tracking right now is gold miners. If you look at GDX, GDX is setting at a very important support level right there at the $70 mark. If it holds that, we could see something pretty decent.
For push up there.
I won't do that one today. I'll need more development than just a support test, but I am very interested in on the gold itself, spot gold. I got it right now. I might have said 23. I meant 38. But I got it right now at right underneath the 38% pullback. Wait a sec. I was doing that on GDX. Excuse me. On the minor, on gold, I got it in between a 38 and a 23. And the 23, it's kind of trying to hold right now. Yeah, as long as we hold here, trend's still intact. I actually think the trend's still intact if we hold here. Like, all we saw today was the test against the 20 daily, and in between that pocket between 23 and 38 on the fib pullback level. And so you're just seeing like a standard pullback as of right now. It feels worse than that because of the volatility, but the volatility is worse because of the parabolic uptrend. But yeah, demand's still there. I haven't seen the floor fall out yet. I'm still tracking the pullback for a viable opportunity. If it pivots here, it'll be more of a day trade for me, but we'll see. Oh yeah. Honestly, more than anything, I'd just like to see the volatility slow down here, Ace. Like more than anything. Like that's why I kind of like today's candle, is because it's a slowing momentum candle. And after the bloodbath on Tuesday on gold, like you want to see that slow down. Candlestick 101, big body, small body. By the way, if you're interested in learning how to swing trade, I am doing a swing trading introduction tomorrow in the lab.
Ooh, nice.
Technically, it's not that different than day trading, honestly. A little bit, but just a different time frame.
Well, that sounds like a good class, Coach Matt. Always pulling out those bangers week after week.
Dude.
No, where were you
Like
4.5 years ago? When I needed you. Man. I could have moved in by now. You know, I'd be trading for you. You know, I'd be hitting the mouse for you.
I would have loved it. And we find each other when we find each other. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, when it's meant to be.
Yep.
You're here now. Teaches all the things. I like the swing trade. Like market is fractal. Like that statement rings true. You know, like a candle pattern that you see on the intraday is, you know, you can see that on the daily too. You just have to think about it differently, how you're going to manage a trade on a longer term time frame versus on a intraday level.
Speaking my language, Becky. Fractal
Yeah.
trends, fractal pattern, patterns within patterns, trends within trends.
And don't get suckered into the small time frames if you're trying to do a longer term hold. Like just zoom out and let it develop.
100%.
Nice. Be a good class.
You know, I was talking to a long-term investor in gold one time, and this was years ago. And gold got smoked one day, like big time smoke. Calls me up all panicked. It's all panic. And he says, "What am I going to do? What am I going to do?" And I'm like, "You bought gold as an inflationary hedge, and you're going to tell me you're, you know, getting all nervous because of a one-day move? Tell you what, sell your gold. I'll buy it from you."
I'll take that. Did he keep it?
No, he learned the lesson.
Human nature.
That was my way of teaching him a valuable lesson. Don't
Yeah.
call me panicking over a one-day move on gold when you're a long-term investor.
Yeah. Fell down.
You can call me and say hi, and we can have a conversation about it. Just don't be panicked.
I think there's a maturity element to letting the emotions settle down. Those days are so scary when you're new, young.
Well, he was a student of mine, and we had a very good relationship with one another. And you know, as a mentor to a student, I kind of feel it's my job to tell people the unvarnished truth. And if I was going to show panic to him, he would have panicked. And that was my way of saying, there's nothing to see here, guys. Like, it's one day volatility. Let it work out. They are, Ace. Leverage unwinds are always nerve-wracking. They are, no doubt. Like credit events, carry unwinds, like deleveraging events. They're always shaky. They're always volatile, and they always bring up that ultimate concern. You know what I mean? Absolutely, 100%. And I told I definitely understood where my student was coming from. I was not trying to be rude at all. I was trying to teach him a lesson in terms of how to handle that. Because again, going back to prospect theory, you always go back to your innate ability, your innate training. That's what prospect theory is. People who are trained, they go back to their training. People who are not, they go back to emotion. And so, I always say, like, if you were to break into a house, if somebody was to break into a house and the dude that owns the house has no skill in defense training and has never handled a gun or never done anything like that, they're probably going to go to a panic. Whereas if you break into a house and the owner of that house is a cutthroat Marine, I think they're going to handle this situation a little bit differently. That's prospect theory. We all go to how we are trained. And if you're not trained to handle volatility, your initial reaction is always going to be to sell first, ask questions later. If you've seen that volatility before, your process is typically, well, let's see how it handles that support. Let's see how that behaves. Let's write a covered call and let's talk about it down the road. And so it's just a matter of learning how to handle some of those situations. Obviously, I'm not talking to a lot of you guys. That my student was very, very, very new when I made the comment.
One of many lessons, but
We all get taught very valuable lessons by the market.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's the ultimate teacher.
Coach Matt
Number one
says,
lesson I ever learned was over leveraging in a currency trade. That was not fun.
Oof. Leverage size is seriously something you have to grow into because it's so appealing, those giant fat wins. Like it's amazing to experience that. But when the reverse on you and you take the giant fat losses, it's really
It's
hard
fun.
when you're young. Oh
And it is not fun.
no. Not gonna
I
lie,
knew
I
a
just
forex trader last year, Becky.
hmm
He wasn't a very good forex trader, and he wasn't really a trader in general, but he did a lot of trading. But a lot of his trading was done through algorithms and AI platforms, stuff like that. So he was kind of a big dog, trying to do all the, oh yeah, I just have algorithms trade for me. Calls me up a week later after a volatility event, lost $750,000, and is not now done trading for the rest, pretty much probably the rest of his life.
Oh wow!
that was a oh
He never went
Yeah.
back.
Dude, he lost 750 out of an $800,000 account. That's enough to kill you. I
Yeah,
felt so
that's-
bad for him, but
a serious trauma.
oh my goodness, you don't recover.
No. Mm-mm.
No.
Dang.
Makes you think twice when you're down, $1,000. Like, man, it could be worse. It could be worse.
Way worse. Yeah.
Yeah, they could have came got your house.
For me, it puts in perspective the benefit of prop firms like Blue Sky, right? Like even if you royally make horrible decisions and tilt like a crazy person, you lose
Automated
your
rules.
account. But you don't, yes, you don't lose your
Mhm.
freaking mortgage. You don't lose your house.
Mhm.
You don't get, margin calls up the ass that is like taking all your accounts. Like it's,
Yep.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I felt really bad for him, but
Yeah. Dang.
to be able to do that, you're making so many mistakes.
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell him. I didn't have the heart. I really didn't.
And he knows, like
I'm
in
here
his
for
heart
ya.
of his heart, he
Yeah.
knows. Yeah. In that situation, the person always knows the ins and outs of every single time they debated shutting it down for a smaller loss and they held.
Yep.
They'll never forget those moments. Whew.
Trying to think of the volatility event that wiped him out. I want to say it was the Japanese carry trade up. Going back to the deleveraging. I can't be for certain on that, but I do want to say it was the Japanese carry trade getting unwound last year that was the volatility. That one was nasty, by the way.
Mm.
When the Japanese carry trade, which is the number one trade in the world, gets unwound, it's a 3-4 day volatility event that's ugly in all assets. Because the Japanese cannot raise interest rates. Like, they just can't. They constantly have zero interest rates. So what people do is they constantly sell the yen and buy another currency. And when you sell the yen, you have to pay the buyer of the yen zero interest rate. When you buy another currency, you get paid that interest rate. And the carry trade is the difference between the two current interest rates. And so you get to carry either a negative interest rate or you get to carry a positive interest rate. Well, people use the Japanese yen because they always have interest rates. And so when they raised interest last year and the carry trade got unwound, you're talking trillions of dollars carried. It's the number one trade at the institutional level. It's the number one trade at the hedge fund level. Like, it is the number one trade of the big dogs in the world, carry trade. I think currently there's about $14 trillion worth of carries out there right now in the currency market. So when that trade gets unwound, it does get ugly in the short term. Oh, Goldie Gold. See, that's the beautiful thing. We can just have these conversations, guys, while we
She's
watch
so
gold
pretty.
hit 40. Come on.
She's pushing.
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I just scalped along on gold, and that was so beautiful and so quick and so profitable.
I think we just created a new gold bug. Becky the gold
Welcome
bug.
to the club.
See, I mean, I'm on board. That was fun.
Gold is a real fun instrument to trade, honestly.
I did a new eval, so there's no point in holding it, the consistency for evals. So, but I mean, I didn't, it was just minutes.
RQ, we are at your top shelf right now, 25, brother.
Hey.
Do we get to squeeze it? Do we get to squeeze it?
You guys are cool. I'm gonna hang out more often.
Yeah. Well, if you want to make some money, hang with us.
Right? It's a good vibe.
Yeah. Finally, you gave us an alert.
Who gave us an alert?
I think he's implying you.
You. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Okay. Let me see where you're at, Jojo. No, it is not.
Right.
Thinking uranium right now for some reason. Assuming I get my 40 handle on gold.
She's strong.
Yeah, it won't.
It broke that resistance and it didn't look back.
No.
That W, yeah.
No. And when it hits 40, Becky will be like, can we sniff? Can we sniff 68? Like, can we get to 70? Like, can we do it?
What you gonna do? Go, go, go. When it gets to 40, do you pull out some of your contracts, or is your system then to just like watch it close?
I will definitely scale out at my top target. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep a small portion on just to see trail stop loss, but I will scale out. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm this ain't one of those trades where I'm looking like start small, build into a trend type thing. This is just like a trade. We're in power hour. I saw an edge. So yeah, I'll scale out and then adjust stop and let the stop loss do the last work.
Yeah. I love that. That's my jam too, of like strong logical target and then save a little and see if it's moving. Yeah. I love that.
That is true, Ace. The energy to power AI center has to come from somewhere. Jeff Bezos said the data centers will be in outer space within the next 10 years. I found that fascinating.
Yeah, they're working on putting reactors on the moon right now. How cool is that?
It's way cool.
It's incredible.
Don't you do it, Gold. Don't you
Come
pull
on,
back.
Silver. Oh,
Go.
Reopen them for numbers. Ace, I love what you just said. Like during earnings season, I shut down swing trading quite aggressively until we get through Mag 7. Like until we get through Mag 7, themes are volatile, but usually after that, the market kind of found it where it wants to go. So yeah, during earnings season, I don't do a lot of aggressive trades now. Definitely, earnings season can be a really good day trading environment, though.
For a while, I was obsessed with straddles on earnings, and it was interesting. You actually said that yesterday, Matt, and I was like, "Oh, I remember that. I did that for like a year almost."
I like a good strangle straddle. I do.
Hmm.
Um,
It's a play for that because it protects you. It's got some protection on either side so that you can capitalize, but also not be wide open.
if done right, it is a pure bidirectional trade where your biggest risk is if it just stays neutral. Like
Right.
any move is positive on the trade. The risk is on the neutral side. The only equation, if you're going to do straddles and strangles, is you have to focus on the volatility cycle for earning. And there's a very consistent volatility cycle. That's another good conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, the volatility cycle usually bottoms out about 5-6 weeks before earnings, and then it creeps up every week in front of earnings until the last week of earnings, and then it kind of flatlines. It's all based on investors and hedge funds ensuring their position to in front of earnings, and the closer you get to the earnings event, the higher the insurance that you have to pay to protect it is. That's all put options, and so what you try to do is you try to create a bidirectional situation about 4 to 5 weeks in front of earnings, so that you can take advantage of the volatility. And if the volatility build is successful, which it's very, very consistent, the increase in volatility will offset the decrease in theta, because in options you got all those Greeks you got to worry about. So
Hmm.
on a straddle, you're getting beat up by theta on both sides of the call and the put, but to offset that, you got the volatility build. So it's positive vega and negative theta, which means it is a pure delta. And if you get any move in between that earning, like you don't even hold it through earnings. Like I don't, 90% of the time I don't hold the straddle strangles through earnings. Like you try to max it out in front, but there are scenarios where you would hold through earnings, but the vast majority of the time you just try to get the directional move in front of earnings.
Right. The setup will be a good volatility push often.
It's all a volatility trade. Like it's
Hmm.
however you structure it, you're basically saying if that blue line on volatility goes up, I'm going to be profit.
Close it down for win. Yep. Doesn't matter where it goes. Just move.
Yeah, and then on earnings, like there's great option strategies on earnings too. Like the day before earnings. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a debicon, but a debicon, a butterfly, inverted butterflies, short
Mm-hmm.
strangles, like are all high volatility sell cash flow strategies that you could hold through earnings.
And you can do a
Sure.
skewed butterfly if you have really researched the ticker and you have some sort of an idea on which direction
Oh
is
yeah.
more likely.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Tesla's tonight, John Joe.
So many ways you could trade. It's amazing.
yep.
Becky, I've said a long, long time. I was in a class last night actually, and I said, guys, there are a billion different ways to find success in the financial world, and I am not here to tell you I have the way. I can say I have my system, but there are a lot of different ways to become successful in the financial world.
Yeah. Just find the ones that you understand the best and you're the most comfortable
Yep.
leveraging on, and study them and capitalize on them and fine tune them. There's edges everywhere if you dig in.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Goldie Gold showing a little hesitation here. Right at RQ's top shelf target.
Blame our
Yeah.
cue.
I'm up 112% on my silver calls.
They got in the money, didn't they?
They're at the money right now. They're at the money right now. Let's go. Let's go. I've been sitting in those all day too. Don't blame me because you're greedy. Aren't you? Greed is good. Greed is good. Greed is love.
Fantastic, RQ.
If it tops out here, we blame our cue, but
Oh
he's like,
man,
I'm already in.
always.
With love, right?
You can't believe RQ threw salt on us. The salty trader.
Listen, when you're right, and RQ was dead right there.
It's a good level.
I can't say anything. Like, he was right.
Props. It doesn't mean 40's out of the running, but it was a responsive level.
If it goes under 20, I am going to scale out, by the way. I will keep an edge, though. The Fibonacci edge. RQ has found his edge. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is scary for all of us.
I couldn't even attempt to hold it this long. It just printed money so fast in this new eval. Literally just had to stop it. You were in it.
What does it say to you guys when the S&P 500 is the best looking chart of every sector in the S&P 500?
When the S&P is the strongest one versus all the counterparts that make it up.
The S&P, in my estimation, has the cleanest chart of every sector in it. Yeah. Like it's
like
it's
smoothest.
It's the smoothest. Yeah.
Yeah.
It also has the
Yes.
most algorithms on it.
Interesting. So
Isn't
then,
the primary like original if you had to like label one? Because I know it's between NQ and ES as like the leader, I
ES
guess.
is the absolute barometer of the
Right?
market.
At the
It's not
top?
debatable.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
NQ traders will like to debate it, but it's not debatable.
Yeah. Just the way that it's created and when it started and the consistency
It represents
over the
too
years
much of the market.
of the primary.
Yeah. Like the NQ represents the growth aspect of the market very, very well. And the ES will take the cue from that because of the weighting criteria of the ES. But the ES has 11 sectors, 110 different industry groups in it, 500 stocks. It's the barometer of.
And in that way, it's more diversified and a little bit gentler, which probably contributes to the smoothness of it, where NQ has a little bit more experimentation in it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
NQ and ES, they're not going to diverge too much between each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because the weighting criteria of the ES is all weighted towards those heavy NASDAQ components. And so, like, the ES is going to be a less volatile version of the NQ typically. But I would say the ES is the barometer.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well.
It used to be the Dow, like back in the day when our economic system was predicated on actually producing economic value. It was the Dow, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, like 40, 50 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then slowly started transitioning. Yeah.
70s, 80s.
Yeah,
Into the
traders
90s,
I've
it
talked
started
to,
transitioning.
yeah, the traders I've talked to that have been in the game since the 80s all refer to Dow levels when they're talking about their
Down
startup
bar
as
charts.
traders.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like old school. You know somebody's real old school. We're like, yeah, did you see that bar on that Dow component? Like,
Yes.
really? Yeah, I saw the bar on the Dow component. Okay.
Smile and nod.
Yeah. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Well, they have wisdom because they've been in the game for decades. There's
Very
wisdom
true.
there.
Very true. But
Sometimes
even the
not always
Dow's trying to get a
diversification.
little bit more broad-based, like the companies they're starting to add. Like they've been kicking out a couple finance, they've been kicking out a couple material stocks, and like they added Salesforce, for example. And so the Dow's trying to modernize a little bit, but I don't know if you're ever going to get anything to even come close to the points of the ES and the Q. I mean, those are the two.
Yeah, I trade YM and I like it, but it is different. It's a different energy.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it often NQ and ES will track closer and YM will sometimes do a different variety.
Oh yeah, you'll get a different read on the Dow and the Russell will trade a little bit more similar than the NQ and the ES.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of like Ace. I prefer the ES because I find it to be a slightly less volatile, a little bit more consistent. I do think we're splitting hairs a little bit on those, but I do agree with Ace.
Yeah.
But that might have been because my mentor was an ES trader. That's what he did. So that's kind of what I grew up with, was doing that on the ES.
Right. Early exposure and experience factors. Mm-hmm. Me too.
I love clean charts, Ace. Like I love clean charts. Clean charts, easy breakouts, easy retracements, clean levels. Like the closer you can make in this game we call trading to easy, the better all of our lives are.
Oh, that's such a good point. Cut out noise if you can anywhere.
Two minutes to imbalance, guys. Notice that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, this power hour went by fast.
Yeah, it did.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're making money.
It does go by a little faster when you're not bleeding. This I have thoroughly enjoyed the conversation, Ace. It's one of the reasons why I love Power Hour. Good people, good conversation.
Plus, you guys brought me into the Gold Club, so it's a good day for me.
Good day for me. We got another gold trader.
Hey, it was time. Yeah, micro gold. Yeah. Yeah, I think micros makes a lot of sense when you're easing into gold because that those points accumulated fast. Like it did
Oh,
not
yeah.
take long to get this to get this eval to its threshold for the day one, you know? Whew. Micros would lower the risk and help me learn her a little smoother. A little less leverage. I'm all about that, honestly. When something is new for me, to leverage down until I feel like I have a stronger understanding. Because if I have a grade A setup that I just love, I anticipated, my level is respecting just how I want it to, and it's an instrument that I know, like I'm all about full leverage for my accounts. But you know, a new instrument to me that I haven't had a ton of experience on, I don't have any shame in trading micros for a while.
I don't think anybody
Excellent
should
point.
ever have any shame for trading micros. Ever.
No,
Ever.
yeah, I'm all about that.
I know a lot of professionals who do not trade standard contracts in the futures market, guys.
Because they want to be in it for the long term. They
Yeah.
want to keep the risk manageable so that their accounts can slow build and not get wrecked.
It's much easier to catch trends when you're not over leveraged.
Yeah. And honestly, it's like better for your whole body, you know, like holding tension all the time and like
Good for
high
your life.
energy, adrenaline,
Yeah.
like it's hard on a body, on a mind.
It can be stressful.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
Except for Riz. Riz doesn't get stressful.
Oh, I wish.
Chill always.
Riz
Chill
is
always.
constantly a cutthroat assassin. He has no stress ever.
Boss.
Riz is our rock. He's our Plymouth Rock. He landed on us.
Yeah. You gotta have
Man,
one
you
of
give me
those.
too much credit. You give me too much credit.
Dude, I've DM'd him like 4 times of like, help me find my footing here.
You know
Works for
what?
me.
You couldn't even imagine it. When I first started, you know, normal I would be in my trades in the morning and then dealing with no sound in Discord or getting YouTube up or something wrong or someone asking me a question, you know, that became a very interesting hurdle to overcome because I normally wouldn't have that, you know. And in my old trading groups, you know, me and my friends do, you know, just like you guys, we're not asking each other questions. We kind of just put it out there, and if someone gets to it, great, because we know all of us are trading. So this was a different start for me to be like, okay, I gotta take care of the audience, and then, you know, manage my trades on the backside of it.
It's a unique opportunity to like be a trader, but then talking about the trade and like managing a chat and the stream, and it's a learning curve for me, and I fully am like respecting that.
For sure. But that's what makes it fun too. So
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. It's good because it makes us all better. I feel like every time I talk to anyone about the market, I gain something from the conversation. Like just giving it back and forth and talking about the levels and why and how you would approach it. Like even if you're an experienced profitable trader, like there's still value to be gained from every conversation if you're talking to like solid people.
I've been trading a long time and I've learned a lot personally just in these conversations we have every single day between awesome traders in Blue Sky, you, Riz. I mean, you know, Mike has assembled a fantastic team. And the more we communicate, the more we talk with each other, the more we do, like, yeah, I learn a ton, Like I used to not use the orb at all, and now I do. One of the
Hmm.
concepts that kind of stood out with Riz is Riz was doing his routines and constantly, referring to it. And then the team would constantly be referring to it. And I'm like, well, maybe I need to start utilizing it. And I'm like, oh, yep. Now I start utilizing it. And now I see it every day. Like every
Yeah.
day, I'm like, okay, there's the orb. There's the orb. That's a level, right? So I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
You just got to keep
And
it simple.
I think stay fluid with it, like take in information and just watch it play out and see how it responds and process the information and try and keep your like stress level down so you can actually assimilate what you're hearing and seeing. Then it builds a knowledge in your mind, it builds an intuition, it builds skills, you gain things that speak to you and you can shed things that don't. Pretty great.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
The other thing the trouble I was having was how to start my day with the stream. Because when you're a solo trader, there's no expectation other than what you put on yourself. But in chat, I've got a few dozen people that are expecting, something to happen, a trade to be taken, something to that effect throughout the intraday. And then especially in the morning session, you got a larger group that are there for the morning session. So for me, it was like, how do I find something that we can kind of rinse and repeat, and the traders don't have to go out and buy a tool? That if you
Yeah.
stick with some simple rules, you can, build that as a base, because that's ultimately what traders that are here listening to us should be doing. Taking advantage of what we're talking about, taking advantage of your classes, coach, on Thursday, to expand on that. And then here's the trick that a lot of traders get hung up on, is that outside of the trading time, what are they doing? Are you reviewing your notes? Are you doing some type of analysis of your performance, or analyzing a chart to start looking at forward guidance? How you can kind of start looking at the day ahead of you or the 2 days out, because ultimately that's how you start becoming a better trader. It's not so much just having one strat, it's having a strat, learning it, and then adding a second one, and then a third strategy. Because over the course of time, you're going to end up with, a few dozen strategies that you're able to remember, that you don't want to use an indicator, maybe. You want to have more of a clean chart. Like for me, as I was trading, that was my ultimate goal, is I wanted to get to clean charts. I wanted to have a chart that I could just have a blank chart, throw on a couple of EMAs, draw my supports, and trade off of it. And a few years ago, that's where I started to kind of like work myself into, is if I can balance that and show traders how to do it and be successful, then I myself also will be successful in that turn. And it balanced out. The more I stuck to it, the more it kind of kept working, and then it just is like, it is just part of my normal.
Yeah. Well said, brother. Also, Ace, build up the playbook. That makes me think we should create a blue sky playbook.
I think what Riz just outlined is like exactly what a journey feels like, of like building a strong trading career, like multifaceted and diverse and solid and built over time based on data and experience. Like it's a beautiful thing to like build it so you can be stable and do this for the long term without over leveraging or pulling some bullshit and trying for landslide wins, but actually having a strong career with it. And a playbook is a great idea.
Playbook is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it hit your target and wanted to prove me wrong and you right.
Wah-wah.
You got 2 minutes.
Yeah, but it really kind of stuck the 26 level. You know what I mean? Like it did test the 30, but it kind of stuck that 26 level.
RQ for the win.
Is it they're gonna pop it up?
You're,
500. Ooh.
4 seconds.
I don't know about that one. Market maker is 463. Top shelf market maker says you can inch out 463. Bottom shelf right around 415. Market maker's got about a 26 point range on the earnings analysis. Right.
Well, that concludes our trading day, team. Wow. What a crazy day.
Conference call 30 minutes after the market here.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be delayed 30 minutes?
The conference call is. We'll get the numbers pretty quick.
that's interesting.
Oh, well, yeah, but we still got our meeting.
Yeah, we got to head over to that meeting. All right, team. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah, this was fun today. Have a good night.
Make sure I'm muted out there. Okay, perfect. I'm muted out there. Pull up my Discord. And it sounds like everybody has jumped out for the day already as well. I want to thank all of our listeners and viewers on YouTube. Absolutely. Hey, thank you. I was just making sure, yeah, because, yeah, I've got to jump out. I've got a conference call I've got to get into as well. So I didn't know if the rest of the coaches were here or if they had dipped out. So just want to thank you guys again for tuning in today. Hope you guys had a great trading day. You know, we had some ups and downs. I think the afternoon session is going to be interesting. Yeah, no, I don't honestly think that, well, we'll have to see what Tesla does. So let's see what Tesla does with the market. Maybe we'll rip up. If not, we'll give it a go tomorrow at the bell. So don't forget, team, y'all can catch me here about 15 minutes before the open. And we've got Coach Matt's day trading class after market close tomorrow, as well as our launch plans on sale for $49 and $59. Don't forget about that meme contest going on as well for a free eval. And our Blue Sky Price Funded Challenge with over $1,000 up for grabs. So again, thank you, team, for joining me today. Hope you all had a fantastic day. As always, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Have a fantastic day. And I will see you all tomorrow. As always, good luck in the market, team.